Clicking live on Facebook. We should be going live now. All right. I think we're good. Good morning. How's it going? Happy Monday.
Deeds. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. And happy Monday to you guys out there watching. It is what, the 23rd today, June 23rd. It's Monday. It's a good day. It's a great week. Houston, we've got minor rain chances throughout the week, but it's looking not bad. How's the weather by you?
What does the guy from Family Guy say? Hot.
It's hot. How's the weather out there, Allie? It's hot. It's raining.
Yeah.
It's flooding. It's
It
cold.
is toasty, baby. It
Toasty?
wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad yesterday. And when I got home Saturday, it was only like 102 or something.
Yep.
Which
That's
is,
all. Just 102.
Yeah, that's relatively low. If it's under 108, I'm usually good.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Northeast is getting some heat this week.
Yeah,
they're getting in the 90s.
Our buddy Tom and I were chatting, and he was telling me how hot it's going to be. Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yes, the hundreds. New Hampshire is not meant for.
No,
too hot.
I saw a video of Fletcher Denning posted on Saturday too. He's like getting ready to go to a kid's party or going somewhere in the middle of the day, and I think it was 104 there, and their humidity is way higher than Phoenix. So,
really?
Yeah, 104, not good for them.
Yeah, my cousin got married in what is it, Washington, the state of Washington, up at like Olympia, like the border of Washington and Canada, basically 5 miles away, a couple of years ago, and they had a summer wedding, and it was literally 98 degrees, which is like a freak occurrence in that, in Washington. And they ended up having no air conditioning. I mean, the frozen swan sculpture was pretty much gone before the service, all that stuff. It's a pretty miserable wedding. So hopefully nobody's getting married this weekend or this week because it's going to be hot. But
it's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot. But yeah, save your marriage for next week, or just don't do any outside stuff. If you're going to work, drink lots of water, avoid coffee in the mornings. That's it.
So
diuretic.
You said today is Monday, June 23rd. It's a special day. Today is my partner Billy's birthday. So he's gonna have happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Billy. That's awesome.
Love you, Bill,
today's word of the day is birthday. If you hear birthday, scream in your customer's face. Happy birthday, Billy. What is he? Big 41, 32?
No, Billy's same age as me now. He's 46 and I'll be 47 in August. So, yep.
Cool.
And
wow,
the two
congratulations.
of us. Yeah, the two of us have been buddies since 1993.
Damn, that's older than some dogs. That's older than all dogs. But all dogs go to heaven, so that's fine.
Yeah. Well,
that's cool. You're lucky to have a buddy that long,
Yeah, and he's a special dude. I wish his birthday, he had a little get together on Friday. Sorry. He had a get together on Friday night. And unfortunately I couldn't get out of Dodge, out of Denver, that quick to make it, but he knows I was thinking of him, and shout out to Bill. He's probably sleeping in a little bit. My Uncle John's birthday is today too, and my niece Harper. So a bunch of special days today.
Very cool. Very nice.
Any window cleaning, washing, anything fun popping off on you this weekend? Or
yeah, I've got one. Well, I got two in the books for today and tomorrow. I got a gutter cleaning today, gutter cleaning tomorrow. Windows. I sent a text blast whatever out on Saturday afternoon, so people are trickling in like, hey, it's been a while. Can you send us an updated whatever? So I'm looking at my estimates from like last year, the year before, and of course these people were my January clients looking for service in July. I'm like, fuck. I got to, they were used to January prices. So I've got to kick it up to old school to what the summer rate is. Cause I'm not going to go outside and do anything crazy over 90 degrees for what they paid in January. For example, like I did a 2-story gutter cleaning. I think it was like $229 in January 2 years ago. It's got now jumped up to $279, but the guy approved it. He understands, don't be afraid to kick your prices to what they are in 2025. If you get the call from the 2024 customer, the 23, the 22, or whatever, because you got to pay rent, you got to pay the bills, and you got to have pride, dignity. So I had more dignity than the $229 January price for now. So kick that up. He approved it. We're leaving on our adventure. We're driving up to New York this week. It's going to be Saturday or morning or late Friday-ish, just so we can get a couple hours on the road. because it's like a 22 and a half hour drive. So we break it up into 2 days or 2 days and then like a small half day for the first part. But I got windows and gutters on Friday, so I got to hurry up, clean them bad boys, and then get out of Dodge, make it before the 5 o'clock rush hour in Houston, or else I'm adding an extra hour of driving at like 30 miles an hour and stop and go. So yeah,
That's
got a
no
busy week.
fun.
No, what's on your agenda for the week?
It's super light. To be honest, I need to get back to reality,
Hmm.
and I have some things I got to do. I need to make some phone calls, obviously, send out some. I don't do emails. I do text.
Hmm.
I need to do that. One of my main goals this week too is to just get a little more organized at home. I need to get all my tools organized. I got some of that stuff done um, prior to leaving. But I unloaded my truck from a bunch of stuff, so it wasn't just sitting out front. So I don't have a camper shell.
We
I
got.
don't have a truck bed cover. So I unloaded the majority of my equipment,
Hmm.
stored it in the garage and what have you. I have a little storage shed in the back too. Um,
Nice.
but
Smart.
yes, so I also need to go to my brother's house. He was kind enough to take my. I got a new Atom.
Did you?
So yeah,
I just want to give a shout out real quick before we jump on that. We got Mark, Craig, Thomas, and Damien all saying, "Good morning, fellas." And
Mark
good morning,
Tanner.
guys. Yes, Mark Tanner, Craig,
Wow.
Damien, and
Good
Thomas, Mr.
morning
Squeegee
to all
Tom.
of our peeps, dog.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for checking
Happy
in.
Monday
And
to everybody.
yes, make it a great Monday, everyone. And yes, I'll be coming through Cleveland because Cleveland rocks.
And
Cleveland
Cleveland
rocks.
rocks.
Yeah,
Nice,
I-90
dog.
Cleveland, Cincinnati, all the way up to Erie and beyond. So maybe I'll give you a shout out. You know, show me your whatever from an overpass as I'm driving with the family, Clark Griswold style. But yeah, tell us more about that Atom. Let's roll that beautiful bean Atom footage.
So I yeah, right. I picked up the new Atom. I used it once while I was on the road, twice while I was on the road. I used it once. I didn't actually use it. I was having Mike Matthews use it because he didn't have that kind of system. So I was having him bang that around when we were in
Cool.
Crossville.
Yes.
Um, and then when I was in Denver, I used it on my cousin's house. Uh,
Nice.
I really dig it, dog. I'm a shorter person. Um, so the tank. Matter of fact, maybe we'll do. I'm gonna go pick it up later today. That's on my like I was saying. That's on my agenda.
Uh-huh.
Maybe on Tuesday morning I can give you my a little feedback with it live or something.
Nice.
Um, because one of the things that I did not care for as much about the Pure which was my first tank. Um, it's uh, the way it's set up. The tank is dead center on the frame with the
Yep.
actual dolly kit, right? So
Yep.
if you hit a lump on either side of either wheel, it kind of makes it
Lump sand.
unsteady or unstable, and you can
And
tip that bitch really easy.
then it's a pain. Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
not paying attention, you can snap a wrist, you can fucking drop it on your ankle, whatever.
Oof.
And in
Yeah.
Phoenix, in Phoenix, the ground's not flat like anywhere. You know what I mean? And I don't do very much commercial work. Everything is
Rock.
yeah, residential rock. I do a lot of stuff in the desert where, like in the North Desert, like North Scottsdale, where houses are on a fucking cliff. You know what I mean? Like,
Scottsdale, where we
yes,
have Bond level villains living above this town.
yeah, carefree,
Yeah.
cave freak, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm talking about,
Oh
deeds.
yeah, they have money. They just buy me
So,
another house on the hill.
so what? I wanted to get the Atom first, and then I ended up doing the Max Plus. And the Max Plus is great because it's, in my opinion, the way that it's designed, it's the weight is evenly distributed. Yes, it's
Correct.
heavy as shit, and that's the one thing that I dislike about it.
Fuck. Yep.
But it doesn't tip over as easy. Now,
Heavy, strong,
the
center of
it
gravity. I
is,
love it.
and it's probably when it's full, when it's got water in it, and you're getting ready to after a job, it's probably 70, 80 pounds or something, and
Oh
I'm
yeah,
I'm about 100, so that's about
you're like an
a little
ant.
over
Lift.
half my weight. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So, um,
Makes for a good arm curl day. Putting it back in
well,
the truck.
that's how
Yep.
you stay in shape, dog. You don't
That's it.
just, you know what I mean? You
Yep.
climb ladders, you clean windows, you do shit, and then you stay in shape.
You
Simple as
move your
that.
body. Yes. Craig's, if you
It,
have time to stop breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whatever, on us. I will try, Craig, and I would love to. But when you've got a wife and three beautiful children in your car, flying 200,000 miles to New York, you can throw like a breakfast burrito off the overpass and I'll catch it. I've got a buddy in Ashland, Ohio, who I met. Anyway, sorry, I was breaking in there and jumping on Craig. I'd love to stop for lunch, Craig, or something, but and I'll keep you updated. But the wife is probably going to be driving at the time, so I'm gonna
do a
do one of
drive
those.
through. Do a
Do a
drive
drive
through
through.
meet. Do a drive through meet and greet real quick. When the kids need to get
You
some
know,
food,
we
make it in
we
Cleveland, dude.
we stop for what a burger for burgers. We do like a breakfast. We get our Thursdays, our Starbucks, get the kids all situated, then we drive all day and snack until dinner time. But my son, rest stop 10. I want to go pee. He's like, you don't have to pee at the rest stop. I'm going to count how many rest stops we stop at that he does and doesn't go to the bathroom. We'll see. It'll be even. After about three states, we're gonna be like, no, we're not stopping anymore. But go
Yeah.
ahead. Sorry. The atom is proportionately tinier and
Weight
easier to
the weight
maneuver.
distribution is evenly
Yes.
proportioned, is my opinion.
Mhm.
I also like the height on it, like I said, because it's lower than chest level. It looks like to me it's going to be a gangster ass rig. I think I'm
Yeah.
going to like using it way more than I've been using the other systems. I
Hmm.
think part of the reason I didn't get it last year instead of the Max Plus, I was told that I'd be changing resin too much and this and that. In all honesty, dude, if I'm changing resin more, but it's way more convenient, I don't care. It'll be
Yeah.
worth it.
Resin's cheap in a sense. You're only going to refill it once a year. It's going to cost 120
And I don't
bucks.
use my
So
machine like most people, anyways, dog. Like I'm not.
sure.
I'm.
Trad,
I am
trad or die.
seriously like a old school window cleaner. Like
Mhm.
that's just how Billy and I work. Yes, we use the water fed for some stuff, but 90% of the time we're still rocking ladder and fucking on glass.
Nice.
So yeah, that's that, man. So
Cool.
I think on Wednesday or Friday of this week, if you want, I can give a quick little walkthrough,
Yeah, we can do that.
um,
Definitely.
if you like.
Yeah, people want to see it. They have if they don't have one, they want to know what's up, what the deal is, how it works. Where it is, get out of my face. Let's talk about zero atom. Let's talk about the atom.
Let's talk
But
about them.
let's talk about the atom.
Um,
Where it is.
I'm excited. I'm excited for it though. Like I said, I
Yeah,
want to try it out more and more. I still have a couple of miscellaneous things that I picked up along the way from
sure.
when I was on
Cra
my trip.
Crabs, you'll get crabs at those local motels.
Not
Hit
that
them with the
I still have
shampoos.
some
Hit 'em-
extra. I still have some extra stuff from Zero. Some like one-off stuff that I
Oh,
think is kind of
that
fun.
stuff. Yes.
Yeah, not crabs.
Nope. The shampoo
Yeah.
will get it though. Remember, ladies, never ever let a man tell you that shaving your pubic area will prevent pubic lice. That was what? Scarier movie? One of them stupid movies? Not another teen movie? I can't remember.
No
Sick
say.
thoughts. Sick thoughts. Just kidding. Hey, speaking of sick thoughts, I got a doctor appointment this morning with the GI guy. I
Yeah.
fired my old GI guy for not really handling anything well and responding to texts and the whatever. So I'm going to a new guy. We're going to figure out what's going on with here, see if I got diverticulosis, some of this is or what. But I'll keep you guys posted. I'm still feeling good after a week or so. So that's good. Just got to keep hydrating, lifting weights, eating breakfast. Eat your breakfast. Yeah, don't skip on breakfast, guys, because you'll just be hungry later. Just eat now.
Just be
But
hungry later.
just be hungry later. Grab a Snickers. Why wait? So any fun news or anything going on in life?
That's, I
Work?
mean, so I got home on Saturday morning at 6:30. My wife and daughter were there to greet me, and it
Nice.
was a great reunion.
Cool.
I was excited as hell to see them. My daughter didn't really know that I was coming home until she got to the airport, so that was fun.
Awesome. Nice surprise.
Yeah, I walked into the house on Saturday morning, and my wife had started a new um, project. She was doing a whole new backsplash in our kitchen. So
Bye, honey.
yeah,
Have fun on your trip. Let's get that backsplash done. He'll be back in 2 weeks.
yeah. So they started that like on Friday afternoon.
Nice.
I think my wife thought I was going to
Squeezed
be
it in
home
there
on.
though.
Yeah, I think my wife thought I was going to be home on Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
So, but she's actually the one who was doing it, and her and her father-in-law. I mean, her father-in-law, my father-in-law, her dad. So they put a bunch of that stuff in, and I was out of it yesterday, just due to
Okay.
flight stuff and like whatever. Not
You're
yesterday, Saturday.
catching you
Yeah,
up on
that
the hours. You're in two
yeah,
different time zones.
everything was all jacked, and I had been up since 2 o'clock in the morning and whatever.
Oh
But
yeah, you need to rest.
so today, yesterday, I ended up learning how to use the wet saw and making a bunch of cuts and putting backsplash in, and that's kind of what we did yesterday. And then
Neat.
barbecue at night and just hung out. But the
Awesome.
weekend, back at home with the fam, with the dogs, everything was a okay. And like I
That's
said,
awesome.
back to reality this week. A couple things on the board, but not until way late in the week.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that's about
You
it.
have some time to catch your bearings, send some, text blasts, reach out to those people, say, hey, I am back. Let's get it done. Let's
That's
schedule you a window
exactly
cleaning.
that's exactly what has to happen.
Yes.
And we
What
have
do you
some
think of what do you think of my hat? I guess, do you want nachos, or is this more like a driving Miss Daisy type hat?
the great sun hat, man.
The great sun hat. I found this on the beach. I forgot to mention last 2 weeks ago. I found a knife, found this, found the Ray-Bans. But
There you go.
this is a straw hat. It's actually imported from Greek, but it's also a woman's hat. But long story short is I've never worn one of those silly straw hats before. And all I've got to say is I don't know what I've been waiting for. I see landscapers wearing those things all the time. Like, damn,
Yeah,
that's a big ass hat. It looks like a sombrero. But I'm going to stop knocking it for a while because I put it on. It's cooler. It allows my head to breathe. I have a baseball cap on all day.
yeah.
So, you sweat a lot in your head. Your head releases a lot of heat, a lot of sweat. I'm not knocking it. You guys should look into a stupid straw hat for the summer, at least for July and August, just because it keeps all the shit off your shoulders and
Yeah.
allows your everything to breathe. It allows air to come through. So I got to stop knocking it. So just
Our
my
buddy
FYI for
Mike
the day, get one.
our buddy Mike Nichols rocks a big old hat like that.
Does he? Well, then he's a smart man. He knows exactly what's up because, I look at landscapers and I laugh because why? Yeah, that's a silly large ass hat. I got a baseball cap. Until I wore it, I've put it on 2 jobs now, both hot days, and I'm feeling cool. I'm feeling better. I put the baseball cap on for 20 minutes and realized, man, it's getting a lot hotter with that damn thing. So the landscapers are onto something, guys. It's called straw
Yeah,
hats.
right.
Wear them, even if they're Greek and smell like old lady. Just kidding. You gotta
The
watch it.
hats or the landscapers.
No, no, the landscapers they smell like landscapers. It's pretty hot out there.
Good
The
answer.
Yeah, good answer. The old lady hat. No, when I found it on the beach, it smelled like old lady cream. It's like, fuck, damn, honey, I found you a hat. So she's like, I don't want it. So I washed it, and it's actually very versatile. I won't knock straw hats anymore. They know what they're doing. So get them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did
yep. Go ahead.
do you have any big plans for the week other than the couple jobs you got lined up? You're just in the
Uh,
chair every day.
yeah, just sitting in the chair, racking up those frequent flyer miles. Today I've got the doctor, so I'm going to have off today. So when I'm done with the doctor, I'm going to go knock out this gutter cleaning. Ooh, something else I'm going to do is I'm going to start asking customers if I can leave a yard sign in their yard because I'm not really, I hate yard signs. I hate bandit signs. I've got them, for the corners, gutter cleaning, 281 window cleaning, blah, blah, blah. But I've got these Mr. Deeds signs the print department made. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the WCR print department. If you want a big or small yard sign, they can hook it up. But I'm going to put these in the front people's right in the bushes, right? And so I'm going to
Yeah.
offer them. I'll take $5 off or $10 off if we can leave it in for 48 hours. Then you can yank it, and I'll come pick it up in 3 or 4 days. Just put it in your garage or throw it by the side front door. And I'll tell you what, I'm sure a lot of customers are going to like $5 or $10 off the service if they just put a damn yard sign because they're not going to look at it. They're going to be inside watching CNN or Fox News or whatever. So tip of the day, get your straw hat, get rid of them signs from WCR Print, and get them in the front yard. Leave them there when you leave. Tell the customer, take $10 off. I'll come get it in 2 or 3 days. And next time you have a job in that area, just text them, hey, I'm going to be on your front porch. I'll grab that sign or whatever. And then there's that. But I recently started jumping back into that novel I was talking about. So I've
Yeah.
got like 6,000 words, but now I'm doing the fun editing. So I gave it to my
Oh,
wife. She's like, "Can I read some?" I'm like, I don't know. There's a lot of
can
shit
you?
to it. Yeah, can you? Can you see through my edits? So what I'm doing is I'm word salading all over the computer and then touching up, editing. So I'll have a rough draft of a couple chapters for you to read and look over, probably
Right
by the end
on.
of the week. So yeah, a lot of excitement there. So I'm going to tell the story and make it fun and embarrassing because the whole thing is like a memoir based on a true story. It's good. It's good reading. I just have to make sure that I get a good flow and connect the dots pretty well. So, it's just writing a book. How hard could that be? The flow.
I know,
But
right?
Yeah,
Speaking of,
but
I got some shit to put down too, not book size, but I need to
sure.
compile basically a synopsis of everything that just occurred. I mean,
Yeah.
I get a wonderful opportunity to do some stuff for American Window Cleaner magazine. So, I'm gonna have to ask you to, this is gonna be a little bit bigger edition, I think, than some of the other articles I've written. So I'm gonna have to bounce some stuff off of you for this one too. So we're gonna be in the same
I'll
boat here
help.
shortly.
I can give you a hand. I could look it over with my eagle eyes.
Sounds good. I appreciate it. And I'll tell
Yeah,
you
you're,
what too, they have the best editor, man. Lacey's awesome. She always helps make sure that I don't sound like an imbecile.
yes. Squeegee Tom says, I like the matching shirts. And he's right. I just realized that. You're rocking the gun show, and I'm rocking the nun show. Yeah.
I
No,
got
it's like
sticks. I got sticks for arms, man. It's you and I are about the same size.
we're
I think
about
since
the
the last
same
time I
size.
saw you though, I put on about 12 pounds.
No shit. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Wow.
I
That's
think
a
I
lot
was
of,
at I think I was at or no, maybe 8 pounds because I think I was at about I don't know 128, 130, and now I'm about 138. I mean, I'm not exactly the hugest dude, but
sure. Well,
putting
take some
some
fiber. You can lose 3 pounds overnight when you wake up. Boom.
right.
It's a poop joke. Just
Hey,
kidding.
nothing wrong with
No,
that.
no, but I like the shirt. I'm gonna have to get the sleeveless because it's what 93 degrees today. Let's check. Yeah, it's gonna be 91. So it's like colder here than it is gonna be in like Buffalo, New York, because they're gonna
That's
be
just
88,
insane to me.
92. It is.
That
It
was
is.
that was the same thing too. Like it was hotter in Nashville on Saturday than it was in Arizona. That just doesn't
Really?
make sense.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that's cool about this heat wave up there is that my mom's got an above ground pool. So right now it's like 75, 76 degrees. Hopefully with this massive heat
Like a
wave, it'll
jacuzzi.
yeah, get it up to at least 80 so I'm not freezing my ass off. Kids are going to spend a lot of time in that thing, so at least let's raise the roof a little bit. I hope the heat wave is gone when we get there. And it did the exact same thing the year before, like last 4th of July. Ooh,
Yeah. What?
bug. Yeah, that was a hornet, the thing that
Yeah.
flies. Damn it. But anyway, the she's got these solar covers, whatever, so it sucks in the heat, warms the water. So yeah, looking forward to that. But yeah, it was hotter there the week before, and then we got there, it was in the 70s. So I would love to get to New York and have like 76, 78, because I'm done with this 80, 90-degree crap. It's called a
Yeah.
vacation. Now let's go heat up and die. It's hot. It's hot.
Even worse.
Yes, but I'll take what I can get as long as it doesn't rain. That's really all I care about. We've got a lot of outdoor activities planned. Going to go see Niagara Falls, go to the water park, uh, maybe even stop by Bed Bath and Beyond. I don't know if we have enough time.
Yeah, I did that.
I don't know.
I have so much cleaning up to do in the backyard. I'm looking around. I'm like, oh my god, this is not what I really want to be doing.
Oh yeah,
Um, yeah,
I
and I
sent you
have
a photo a couple days ago. I had a lot of gumption on, I think Saturday morning or whatever. I pulled all the weeds out of our flower beds in the back, and there was like 3 bags of weeds, and then a whole trash can filled with weeds. And it's out at the curb now, waiting for the trash guys to grab it. So once it's gone, it's good. I can go fill up some more. It's yeah, I said I've had an off year or so, like feeling sick. There's a lot of stuff around the house that I've got to look into. I got storage sheds I got to repair. I've got weeds I had to pull. So just going through the honeydew checklist. The thing's back. That wasp is back on the escalator again. But yeah, so just staying busy. If you guys got stuff you've been putting off, go ahead and do it. Pull those weeds or get to work. Either one. You know.
sometimes if you're a lot of us are single ops. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And we're so focused on trying to just keep doing
It's working.
work related
Paying the
stuff.
bills. Yeah.
But sometimes it's good to take a checkout day if you can and get some shit done.
Yep.
That it is mental health awareness month. I think again, men's mental health awareness.
Yeah.
Um, you know, it's important to keep that stuff in check too. A lot of times if we procrastinate on things around the house, it ends up adding on and tacking on to more stress and shit
Yes.
that you don't want to
Yeah.
worry about. Um, but it's important to take care of that stuff too. Um,
It is.
just one more thing to get off your checklist, or ask for help to do it. Family sometimes will, sometimes they won't, whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's just your job though. So
And the coolest part of all, I did it without my wife asking. So she was
yeah.
like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Pulling these weeds." She's like, "Okay, wow." I was like, "Don't worry though, I'm gonna have you bag all this shit up when I'm done." But I didn't have her do that. She ended up going to do her studio, her office stuff. And oh, anyway, you know what? Come here, come here. I'm gonna get the use the barbs of justice with my limited edition Zero Taser. That's right, the Zero Taser. It you guys for $5,000, we'll send one out to you. Just watch out. You know, I used to grab onto like
Oh,
the electric
dude.
fence. It's like, whoa, shit, this shit. So I grabbed my brother once, and we both did like the wave, and he's like, oh shit, like he peed a little.
Oh,
But
spend
yeah,
$5,000 and we'll send one out to you.
yeah.
Oh,
Nope, no, I've
oh,
done that. My daughter, I let her do that last week,
the
and
Zero Taser. Oh my
the Zero
God, dude.
Taser. Hey, speaking of the Zero Taser, did you hear about Spaceballs 2?
I
Did you
did.
did you see that sneak peek that
I
they're
did.
floating that? That's awesome. Mel Brooks is like, money, yes.
So you
So
want to hear something funny? I don't know if it's funny to you, but like
I
it
like funny
was.
things.
Yeah, I mean, it's not funny. It's just like so. My grandparents, we didn't have a VCR growing up. Like in the beginning, my parents were. My mom was only 17 when she had me, right? So we were
Sure, yeah,
fucking. We were fucking poor. Um, my grandparents had a VCR, but they were like Christian hardcore, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
so they didn't have very many. Like I didn't get the R-rated life that you got, buddy. Like I wasn't growing
yeah.
up
I
watching,
had the mom who was like, just shut up, have your older brother watch you, you'll be
So my
fine.
grandparents, they had like Mac and Me and like Princess Bride and like all these corny ass movies. But
They're classics
you
though.
know, they had Karate Kid and stuff like that. But Spaceballs, bro, for some reason, and my grandma didn't watch Star Wars. She didn't watch, you know what I
The
mean?
Schwartz.
Yeah, but she was all about Spaceballs and Mel Brooks. So yeah,
Mel
so
Brooks is awesome. Yes,
Spaceballs was a staple in my house, and as
awesome.
it should be.
I'm surrounded by
And
fucking idiots.
yeah,
Yeah.
for reals. So
Oh
I
yeah,
was excited about that, and
that's
actually,
awesome.
my entire like not only my family but my wife's family has the same feeling for an affinity for the movie. So
Cool. That's awesome. When I was a kid, used to have a library pass. So we would go to the library and they had like a ton of fucking free
yeah,
VHS tapes. So I used to rent all the VHS tapes and Spaceballs was one of them. And
yeah.
holds a special space in my heart. It just sucks that we're not going to get uh, John Candy, in that one. I'm wondering who they're gonna
I heard
have be
Josh
Barf.
Gad.
Interesting. He's loud enough. I don't know if he'll be more effeminate towards that role. I mean, John Candy was John
Yeah.
Candy. It's hard to hold a candle to that torch, but
So
whoever they choose, it'll be a good idea.
yeah. So I just reminded, like I was saying, my parents rented a VCR for one of my
Oh,
birthdays, so I could have my parent. So I
Blockbuster.
could.
Love it.
No, it was well. We had these friends that owned a shop too, but
Cool.
like this is before Blockbuster.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, my mom had to rent a machine so we could watch the Three Amigos at a sleepover. Oh my god, dating
Huh.
myself, right?
Yeah, you are. You're an old man. I sent what do you call it? I sent a picture to Tom this morning, and it was the picture of the key, the key from Masters of the Universe.
Oh yeah,
That thing.
yeah,
I said, "What is
yeah,
this?" I found this at a garage sale. He goes, "I don't know, maybe a key to the universe." Damn straight it is. You know. I also heard that they are coming out with a live action He-Man soon. So
Oh, that'd
Masters
be
of the
dope.
Universe, hopefully. I didn't watch, but I heard that Kevin Smith kind of butchered it on Netflix when he did it like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, I mean, you get what you get. You take what you can.
But that was a
They're doing
cartoon,
another.
wasn't it?
Oh yeah, Masters of the Universe was a cartoon aired
No, I'm
with
saying
G. Oh,
that Kevin Smith
his.
redid.
Yeah, he redid the whatever. This
Yeah,
could be a live action reboot. And I
yeah,
swear, it'd be so awesome if they have a effing cameo of Dolph Lundgren or whatever. If
yeah,
he comes in there, hey, nice sword, and then he's gone. Like, holy shit, that's awesome. They do that stuff now, but
yeah,
Spaceballs. Let's get back to Spaceballs. That's going to be great because there's so much good shit that we can use nowadays, like in the world. They're going to kind of parody it. So
yeah.
exciting to see what Mel Brooks does, and hopefully he sticks around a lot longer to be able to finish his project because, he wants to see those residual checks. The thing about Mel,
Residual
yeah,
checks.
that's Mel Brooks's. Mo. So he's a funny guy. They had to sign a waiver with George Lucas that they were not going to sell any merchandise from, you know, Star Wars made its money not on the movie ticket sales, but
Yeah,
on
but
the
on the
Han
toys.
Solo, on the toys. So he had to sign a special contract, no merchandising. So that's why he did that whole 5 minute shtick about yogurt, the breakfast cereal, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Space. So it'll be funny to see how he does that now because the way of the world, I almost wonder if Marvel, Lucasfilm, whatever, will say, you know what, go ahead and do the merchandise. We'll let you do it. We just want 5%. So I'm really thinking there's going to be Spaceballs and Lunchbox reveal this time.
That would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious, and I'd like one. So keep my eye out on eBay. But anyway, so it's Monday. I don't have work. Actually, I got to probably leave soon. I got that appointment at 9. Traffic's going to be a mofo. So uh, thanks for checking in with us,
Well,
guys, and
who
enjoying your
all checked
coffees.
in
Go ahead.
today? I was just gonna say
Let's
who all
check it
checked in
again.
today. We had Tom,
All right,
Mark.
we got it. Damien, Sean Zimmerman says good morning. Yo, Damien. We got the Craigs, and we've got Squeegee Tom. Thank you, Tom. Tom he did shot us a really cool intro video, but I got to figure out how to put that intro video before this. I don't know if I got to download StreamYard and pay 100 a month for that, or maybe I can tack it in there. But he did a really cool video. We'll put it on the YouTube today, I think, and yeah, it's a cool intro. So yeah, thank you, Tom. Thank you
Yeah,
for putting the
shout
time and
out to
effort into that.
Tom. Big time. Been chatting it up with him over the weekend. He's talking about you have a couple minutes still, right?
Yeah, I have 3 or 4 minutes. I literally just
We're,
have to get the
we're
truck
talking
looted.
about the mental health thing, and just a good conversation with some buddies. I really think that kind of stuff helps out. You know,
Hmm.
um, shit gets piled on sometimes, and I think one of the greatest things to combat nonsense in your life is humor and friendship. And
Yep, and
you
then
know,
and repressing it way down.
fuck repressing it. I think talking about
I'm just
it
kidding.
and others. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Uh, hey Floyd, why don't you chill out? Um, Being able to bounce stuff off of you guys is awesome, and it's good to have you guys, and I appreciate that. And it's cool, man. I'm really
Same
glad
here.
that I don't have to always talk to my family about stuff. I can talk to some knuckleheads like you and Tom and Mike and some of these other dudes. And sometimes when life gets annoying or fucking ding dongs uh like to poke the bear or like to take pot shots, it's fun to be able to just listen to the
Do
wind
that
blow
flying crane kick.
yeah, and act like ninjas and just be us. Um you know, I'm happy to share my mornings with you and the positivity that we get to bring
Yes.
each time we get a chance and an opportunity to get together. Um, and I'm just glad that our community is the way it is. I continue to meet and
Definitely.
talk. I continue to meet and talk to other individuals in our industry with love and passion because I love what we do.
Yep.
And I think it's a really cool thing that we're doing this together so we can meet and greet other window cleaners and other home service providers in a cool manner. And I think it's
Yeah.
awesome that
Yeah.
WCR and I think it's awesome that XERO have backed us on this one. And I want to continue doing this, man. Like it's been a
Yeah.
real
Definitely.
fun, it's been a real fun opportunity. And if you do get an opportunity to pull over and meet and say what up to Craig while you're getting a water burger or whatever, think about
Yep.
it. Even a quick high five and a hug is definitely worth it.
We'll
You know
push
what I
for it
mean?
because yeah, we'll push for it because it's a long drawn out drive. I'm going to stop maybe once or twice to see somebody. It would want to be Craig for sure. And I'll just tell my wife. I think we usually end up at Columbus or Cincinnati or Cleveland. So that's our last stop on Saturday.
Yeah.
Uh, and then our last 6 hours is from there. So depending on how we feel, we'll stop, wake up, grab some coffee, or we'll see. But
Yeah.
I'll definitely try to
Well,
make it work.
this community, like I was saying, I know that sometimes people get a little wild or like to talk shit or poke shots. But all in all, it's an amazing community, and I know that sometimes mixing your family trip in with some business might not be on the agenda or whatever. And if it works out, it works out. but what I was getting at is it's cool that we have this opportunity.
Yes,
I
yes, it
don't
is.
know very many other any other communities where we can be like, hey, I'm rolling through, and likely we'll know somebody in a bunch of the cities. So
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
yeah,
There it goes again.
that
Nice.
fucking
Well,
bug.
yeah, he's gonna get it. You're gonna get it. I'm gonna taser. I'm gonna give him the barbs of justice. But yeah. So anyway, guys, put your order through WCR. If you order 5,000 or more, you'll get a free knife or the barb of justice taser Niz. I thought about tasing myself, but I'm not gonna spill this coffee and piss my pants here before I got a doctor appointment this morning. So
Yeah,
just
please
pretend I
don't.
did. Yeah. But
Please don't.
don't do it. Anyway, thanks for joining us this morning, guys. Happy Monday. Don't forget to change your rubbers this morning.
I hope your passion bucket's full. It's going to be a kick-ass week, everybody. And if you got anything you want to talk about, give us a shout. You can holler at Deeds or you can holler at your boy Goo. Get a
Holla,
hold of
holla, holla.
us. Yeah, holla, holla, holla. I like the holla bread.
Yes, holla.
If you need anything, get a hold of us. You know where we're at.
Yep,
Stay
thanks,
up.
guys. Make it a great day. Beep, boop, boop. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Hold on a sec. Ending. 3, 2. Boop.